Hello guys, welcome back to another episode review of Hollyoaks for the 7th September 2021. Hope you're all well. This was an dramatic episode today, and because the last episode Sammy walked in and he said he knew about Verity and Shaq, and again we as the audience know they slept together. We assumed Sammy meant that he knows about the sleeping arrangement, and today's episode, he just found out they slept together. So what did he mean? And they explained that, oh no, this was because Teresa told Sammy that they just happened to like each other. But obviously, the bigger bombshell and more disturbing news for Sammy, I'd imagine, is that his somewhat of a brother, Shaq, has slept with his, the love of his life, Verity. That was a lot to take in as viewers. A lot's happened, and what I've noticed is the beginning of the episode that this major bombshell just comes out. Normally, it's a climatic business that goes towards the end of the episode until it builds up and something happens like more dramatic towards the end. So we got the drama in the beginning, and in this picture you can see Steve and Grace looking at Sammy and Verity kind of having it out in the village and by the fountain, I believe. And it was just funny to me, like how Steve just happens to be there in the right place at the right time, or the wrong place at the wrong time, I should say. But naturally, kind of a bit of a nosy character. So is Grace, and they're just both watching from above and just looking into it. And I don't know, it was a bit hilarious, but obviously not hilarious for Sammy and Verity, what they're going through, especially Sammy. And also later on, Steve has seen or witnessed like another domestic with Perry and Juliette, and it was just funny. Like, I think I'll show you a picture later, and in this picture you can see Cleo kind of having it out with Perry because Perry reported to Ali Shazad that she's been drinking the night before Marnie's incident. And Cleo was kind of mad as well because, Perry was kind of prejudiced against Marnie. This was a few months back at the hospital, and Cleo kind of pointed that out. I understand Cleo's thing, but Perry, like I said before, guys, honestly, she's always there. Perry always seems to see something before everyone else. In this scene, Nate has entered Hollyoaks village. You can see Grace really likes him. I think she does fancy him. He seems unreadable as an audience. You don't know whether he's fancies Grace or he's come to the Hollyoaks. There might be a bit more storyline to him, and we are not too sure as an audience what the story is going to be here. But Grace seems to really like him, and it was just funny the way Scott was there standing earlier, and she had to get rid of him by saying to get corkscrew from Celeste's house. He saw the corkscrew on Grace's kitchen cabinet, if you want to call it that, and I think it was just hilarious. Scott, the way he just finally walked out. This is what I was talking about earlier, guys, when Steve was witnessing another domestic between Perry and Juliette. He had to come back in the house because I believe he forgot his keys, and it was just funny with the way he came, like trying to tiptoe back in, and Perry and Juliette kind of looking at him awkwardly. I just personally think that scene was absolutely hilarious. But Juliette did walk out in the end because she had enough, because she found out what it was. She found out about the stalker or someone buying Perry presents, and she wasn't too comfortable with that, and Perry wasn't really upfront because she knows how Juliette may react. And you can see again Timmy in this picture casually trying to bump into Perry, which I find a bit creepy, especially when he was trying to lean against the pillar. I don't know, trying to put a nice stance to himself. I don't know. I really hope he just goes away and leaves the girls to it. Anyway, the last bit and the most important bombshell. So we've started with a bombshell in the beginning, not as viewers, but more necessarily for the characters. And again, another bombshell for the characters towards the end, and for us viewers. Misbah is actually Shaq's mum. And that makes so much sense, guys. It absolutely makes so much sense, because the way she looks out for him, the way she always backs him up, even if he does anything clumsy or silly that causes, catastrophe. Example, like when he, had to sell the house to Fergus, the family house, and he got involved in that side of things. Misbah was there to back him up, and that just makes so much sense. And I just think Misbah has been very courageous throughout, and she did not want to see him leave, and she just had to say it just to stop him from leaving. And wow, I just hope they sort things out. And I think this is really interesting, and this could be something that develops more as a storyline, because once the storyline finishes, it kind of just finishes there. But this one, I just feel like it's just the beginning, and it's the beginning of relationships forming in the house, like the bonds and everything. But anyway, guys, let me know what you thought about the episode review. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment below, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification button. And I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.